Hello YouTube.
Hello.
It's time for a Q&A. We've not done one of these in a very, very long time. But recently we've had some questions popping up again, so we thought we would do a Q&A. I'm going to start off with the first one about Gigi because he's here before he runs away, because we know what he's like. The first question is, how old is Gigi? Gigi is now 4. We don't know exactly when he was born. When we got him, we were told that he was... Oh, there it goes. We were told that he was like 8 weeks old. He was probably closer to 4. Yeah. So we don't know exactly how old he is. So we tend to go by adoption day. And his 4th adoption day was...
last month.
Back in November. So he is officially 4 now. There we go. That is Gigi. I know, it's gone so quick. Like, he was originally this tiny little, like, ball of fluff, and now he's this gigantic, great big fluffy thing.
I've just done a lovely video of Gigi, which I'm sure you'll be able to link. Which I'm sure you'll be able to link to this, which shows how small he was at the start and just how adorable he is. There
is a video out there if you wish to see it of our baby pictures.
Very much so.
So that is Gigi. Next question. What do you do for a job now? Which I'm guessing is me, because you've not really done anything different, which is no bad thing.
Yep.
So back in March, I was working in an ice cream shop, and it all came crashing down, which is fine. And then we ended up going to Nepal, and then we came back, and then we got really sick, and yeah, the whole job situation has been a pretty intense one this year. So at the moment, I am currently at Edinburgh University as a temp, and I'm also working at Easter Greens, which is vegan greengrocers in Edinburgh. The first vegan greengrocers in Edinburgh, which is so exciting. However, as of Friday the 13th, which is Friday this week, like literally this week, I will no longer be at the uni because I am going to quit that. And I'm just going to work at the greengrocers because it's just been too much like yo-yoing between the two. And I really enjoy the greengrocers. The temp job is ultimately going to come to an end at some point. It's not something I can rely on. So, yeah, this way I'm leaving on my terms, and, you know, I've worked there up until the end of the year, and it just seems like a good kind of jumping off point. So, yeah, temping as an admin person in the uni, and working in a greengrocers. That is what I do at the moment. But next week, just greengrocers. Vegan job, ethical job, all awesome. Yay!
I can just interject at this point and say the difference with Ivy since she started working in Easter Greens, because it's something that you genuinely enjoy, and you have regulars. And as we found out when we were in a cafe just down the road from there the other day, there were 3 or 4 people that you knew by name and 2 dogs that you knew by name.
The dogs are important.
I really should have led with the dogs.
But that's the thing that I really like, I genuinely like about it. I mean, I am going to cover this more when I do like my end of year review type thing. But that's what I really like about this place, that it is like a community. It's a shop, but it's very community based, and it's in such a lovely area. Everyone is so lovely there, and I just really genuinely love working there. And it's one of those things that I've not had a job that I truly enjoy in a while. So, you know, I genuinely love working there, and I'm very happy to be there. So, yeah, I will cover this more because, you know, at the beginning of the year, I always set my intentions for the year. And at the end of the year, I always do my like, well, how did that actually go? So, yeah, this year's going to be interesting because a lot of those intentions were set with the thought of I'm going to be in the ice cream shop 3 days a week. And that all came crashing down. So, more to come on that. I will waffle on about that another day. Next question is minimalism. Is it still a thing? Like, we've kind of gone quiet on it, really. The answer is yes. It is still a thing. But the reason we don't really talk about it is because we're being very minimalist about it. It's kind of a weird one. It's like, because I don't really buy much, I don't really talk about it. Because I got rid of a load of stuff and I don't have to deal with it anymore. I don't really talk about it. It's almost like we've got to that point of minimalism where there's nothing to talk about, which is why we don't really talk about it, if that makes any sense at all. They're saying that recently I have been buying some stuff, which is the first time this year I've really bought clothes.
Yeah.
I bought a winter jacket because it's been getting really cold in Edinburgh. It was like -4 a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
And while like I'll put a jumper on, like I'll wear a vest and a t-shirt and a jumper and another jumper and a scarf, it just wasn't cutting it. So I bought like a nice winter jacket, which is the first jacket I would have bought in
a while.
Other than like a waterproof, which I bought when I moved here, I don't think I've bought a winter jacket the entire time I've been in Scotland. Because I've just not needed to. I've put jumpers on and waterproof and done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the kind of level of minimalism we've got to where I buy clothing once this year.
Yeah.
I've not even bought new pants and socks. Like, I've literally just been using what I've got. I don't feel the need to have piles and piles of stuff anymore.
Oh. I'm
being quiet about it because nothing's happening. But in a really, really good way. So, yeah, I really like that. I kind of want to think a bit more about that, actually. And maybe do like a separate video about kind of what's changed and how things are going. Because it's an interesting subject. And it is quite difficult to talk about. Like, I'm going to talk about what I'm not doing.
Yeah.
But I find this isn't a dig or anything, but I find that I'm more minimalist than you are.
Yeah.
I find it a lot easier to not deal with stuff and not need stuff.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
As a sweeping.
But you are getting better.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Slowly
a bit of
surely.
a weird answer to that one, but I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
Leo, this question is for you. What kind of books do you read?
I've been rubbish at reading books.
You're not rubbish at reading books
Well,
at
not
all.
I.
Leo here will take a book on holiday and we'll read the thing on a 2-hour flight. You are just like, boof, done. It takes me ages to read a damn book. You just like go through them so quickly. So you're not rubbish at it.
I am and I'm not. If I get into a book and it sort of, I'm enjoying it, then I absolutely tear through it at a rate of knots.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not feeling a book, my speed is glacial and it's just really poor. What I read is still sort of comics. Usagi Yojimbo, which you can see artwork up on the walls. There he is, the man, the rabbit.
That's Jay.
That's Jay.
That's Usagi.
That's Usagi.
That's Jay. See, even I know that, and I've never read it.
There you go. Still comics, mostly Usagi. There's 2 books that I'm reading at the moment. One is one that Ivy had, which was Until the Coffee Gets Cold.
Before the Coffee Gets Cold.
Before the coffee gets cold, sorry.
Which was a recommendation from a friend of ours called The Tattooed Book. If you are into your books, definitely check her out because she does a lot of reviews. And yeah, she's good people's and just is very interesting. She knows what she's talking about when it comes to books. So this came from her.
Yep, and I'm really enjoying that. I'm also reading the Scots edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. That's right, Stone.
That doesn't quite count though. Like,
It kind of does.
You're doing like a dramatic reading of a chapter a night because you can read it. I can't.
What?
Like I could read it.
Yeah.
I could not read it out loud.
Yeah.
Whereas you can. Like I can understand it. I
Yeah.
can't verbalize it.
And a book that I've had but still for a month or 2 now but not actually started reading is Chernobyl Prayers, which was after we watched the Chernobyl TV series, and it's the book on which that's kind of based. But that's not going to be light reading.
No.
That's going to be heavy going, and I've not quite been in a right, I'm ready for this.
However, I noticed you haven't mentioned yet your obsession with Jack Reacher.
No, I've not. Speaking of,
Obsession.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of have.
You've read all of them.
Yeah,
And
not the
you
new one.
power through them.
But the thing is that this is one of the things that I kind of dig about it, quote unquote.
Because it's about little Tommy Cruise.
Apparently, I have a thing about little Tommy Cruise as well. Well, no, never mind. Apparently, I do have a thing about
Little Tommy Cruise adventures.
Yep. Anyway,
Yes.
Jack Reacher books, as written by Lee Child, are
Little Tommy Cruise.
trashy, pulpy adventure novels.
Yes.
They're relatively well written, they're enjoyable, they're disposable, and I only ever buy them from charity shops, and I'll take them on holiday and I'll read them, and I don't bring them home with me, or if I do, they go straight to the charity shop. But if they're left, then I will leave them either in apartments which we stay in, or in airports, having scribbled on the cover, "This is garbage, but enjoyable garbage. Please read it and enjoy if it's your sort of thing." And I think this is kind of how I switch off on flights and try and get through them.
Because you're better with flights than I am.
Yeah.
I can't read on flights. I just can't. Whereas you're just like, that's you just gone.
Yeah.
But hey, the system works.
Yeah. But that's really what I'm reading at the moment.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Last question today is, where is your next big trip? Because we've had people asking. We've got a friend in Singapore who wants us to go to Singapore. Our latest patron is from Korea, and we would love to go back to Korea. We're hopefully going to take my little niece, cousin, whatever she is, my little relative who I adore. She wants to go to Korea, so we were talking about going with her. We want to go back to Japan. We've been talking about going back to Thailand. We've been talking about like Malaysia. Malaysia is also on the list. Basically, a lot of Asia.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back to
beautiful part of
Kathmandu. I'd love to go back to Kathmandu. My manager at the uni at the moment is originally from Mexico and keeps saying like, you should go to Mexico. Like, I really want to go to Mexico. But we always tend to go towards Asia. So yeah, there's a lot of places like floating around, but where is the next big trip?
I think it's probably going to be Thailand, isn't it?
Yeah. Realistically, we're going to go back to Thailand in October. That will be our next big trip because we've not been in a few years. And yeah, I really, really like Thailand.
4 years, something like that.
3 years. It'll be 3 years since we last there.
It seems longer.
It really does. And previous to that, it was like 5 years or something. Like,
Yeah, for you.
because I went just when we met.
No.
And then you were like, nope, not going to Thailand, it's too hot, don't like that, I'll melt, no. And you just like, it took me a while to convince you to go to Thailand.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would really like to go back.
Then when we got there, I was like, this
Next year.
place is amazing. What's taking so
is.
long? And you're like, you.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, realistically, October, we're going back to Thailand. Before then, we are going down to London in January. Because there's the Tutankhamun exhibit, which apparently it's the last time it's leaving Egypt. So we're going to go see that. There is a Buddhism exhibition on at the British Library, so we want to go see that.
That looks really interesting.
Exactly. Plus we want to see our friends that are down there. We want to go to Temple of Satan and Rudy's Dirty Vegan Diner and eat all the things, see all the people and go see exhibitions.
Culture,
March,
friends, food.
Yeah. March we're going to go to Amsterdam. Because we got some vouchers from KLM because they messed up our flight back from Turkey. So we're going to Amsterdam, and again we have a friend who lives in Gouda, just outside Amsterdam, so we're going to go check out, well, we've been to Amsterdam before. We just want to go back to the vegan junk food bar. because it's really good. But we're going to take a day trip out to Gouda to go see my friend.
Yep.
And that's all we've got planned right now, because this whole Brexit thing. This whole Brexit thing is just such a headache that we've not really been booking anything, but it's going on and on and on and on, that it's getting to the point of, are we just going to stay in the UK until this is fixed, or are we just going to get on with it?
Yeah.
So we'll see next year, once we tick over past the election and everything, which is at the end of this week as well. We'll see what happens, and then we can start booking more stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Plus the whole job situation has been so up in the air that we've just not been able to book anything.
No.
So yeah, roll on 2020. Hopefully a bit more kind of stability and knowing what the hell is going on.
Yep.
And we'll take it from there. So yeah,
Yay.
there we go. If you have any more questions, ask away, because we quite like doing these videos.
We do.
And yeah, we will speak to you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.
If you do, thank you so much.
Exactly.
Very much appreciated.
Very much appreciated. Head on over to Patreon if you fancy giving us some support. There's like PDF recipes, you'll get extra videos, there's all kinds of rubbish on there.
Quality content is what my lovely wife means to say.
There's loads of rubbish on there.
High
It's brilliant.
quality content.
But yeah,
High quality content.
thank you as always, and we will speak to you again soon. Bye.